Hi everyone, Ashlyn here from Minister for Happiness and welcome to this week's story time. Before I begin, may I wish you all a very happy Valentine's, and I hope wherever you are sending and receiving love today. I wore my little heart-shaped earrings to send you all out some love today. So every Sunday I share an inspiring story, one for you to reflect upon and hopefully take the lesson into your life. And this week's story is a magical one, and it is titled The Ugly Fairy. I hope you enjoy it. There was once a fairy who was learning how to become a fairy godmother. She was the most magical and wonderful, kindest and cleverest of all the fairies in her land. However, she was unfortunately very ugly. And no matter how much she showed her wonderful qualities, it seemed that everyone was determined to believe that the most important quality a fairy had was her beauty. In the fairy school, they all ignored her. And every time she flew off on a mission to save a child or someone in trouble, before she could even say a word, they were screaming and yelling at her to get out of there. Despite her being little, her magic was mighty and powerful. And more than once she did consider using her magic to make herself more beautiful. But she'd remember her mother telling her, "My dear, you are what you are, warts and all. And never doubt that you are this way for a very special reason." But then one day, the witches of a neighbouring land came and invaded and destroyed her country, putting all the fairies and wizards in a prison. But our little fairy, before she got captured, put a spell on her clothes, and because her face was ugly, she fitted in perfectly and disguised herself as one of the witches. This allowed her to follow them back to their cave. Once there, she used her magic to prepare a grand party for the witches. She decorated the cave with bats and spiders and toads, and she had music playing, which was provided by a pack of howling wolves. While the party was in full swing, the fairy hurried off and set all of her fairy friends and wizards friends free. When all of them were free and safe, they worked together to create a big spell and succeeded in trapping the witches inside the mountain for 100 years. And for the next 100 years and beyond, everyone remembered the great bravery and intelligence of the ugly fairy. And from that day onward, no one in the land looked upon a child who was born as ugly as a curse or a disgrace. Instead, they thought of it as a blessing and were excited by the fact that this particular child had something very wonderful in store in their future. I think this is a magical story with a magical lesson in it. And I think if you were to take one particular thing that stands out from this story, it's the fact that we all are unique individuals and that we all have different talents and gifts and purposes in this life. If we all look the same and had the same gifts and talents, then there would be an awful lot lacking in the world. To create balance, we need to have different people who want different things and look different. If everybody wanted to become a surgeon or a doctor, then there wouldn't be space for the creatives. We need that balance. Some people show their intelligence through creating music or art or gardening or working the land. Some people use their intelligence by becoming mathematicians and doctors and scientists, which also has a great purpose. And some people use their beauty to create more beauty in the world by being a presence and a force. Everybody has a unique way of showing their gifts and talents. And some people's beauty comes from within by being kind, considerate, empathetic, understanding, and selfless. So all of these types of people are needed in the world. We all need to express ourselves through our unique intelligence, talents, beauty. And that's what makes the world interesting and wonderful. That's what creates balance and harmony. It is said that Einstein said that if you judge a fish on how well it climbs a tree, it will go its whole life thinking it's stupid. So just remember that this week's lesson is to be yourself and to know that your talents are as important in this world and your beauty from the inside and outside and your purpose is just as important as the next person's, if not more so. And we all have a place on this planet, and that's what brings harmony and balance. And like that little fairy, you never know. The part you play could be far more important than you realise. And one day you will shine too. So So I hope you take this week's lesson into your life and into the week ahead. And as always, I'd ask that you like and share these stories, because you never know who this might speak to. You never know who might need the story to teach them something, because it's a lot easier to take on a lesson through a story than through being preached or told by somebody. I know I prefer it anyway. And please like and share this post. And until next Sunday, try and say that again. Until next Sunday, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay safe. Bye.